Unfortunately, we do face this. I mean, Bangladesh, I don't know if it's because of like social conditioning. A lot of women, they feel like if their skin tone is on the deeper side, they feel the need to want to lighten it, or I wish they didn't. Depends on the undertone. If you have a warm tone, there are specific shades of color that we will recommend you to do, and specific shades we'll say not to do. It's not to make you look brighter. It's to complement your skin tone. You can be like pasty white. I will never do a cool tone color on your skin. It's going to wash you out and make you look so pale.
Hi everyone, I'm Troyee Chowdhury. I'm a stylist and a digital fashion content creator. Today, welcome to the Unfiltered Face presented by Truce Beauty, where we're going to be covering a lot of topics such as skincare, skin struggles, the unrealistic beauty standards faced by women in the country. And with me, I have my amazing co-host, Samira Quasem, who is the founder of Truce Beauty. How are you doing, Samira?
Good. Thank you so much, Troyee. So I founded Truce Beauty 2 years ago with the goal of creating products that don't work to lighten or whiten your skin, but really look to nourish, protect, and heal your skin. And I think the whole reasoning behind this is when you start taking care of yourself, that's when that real glow up that we're all looking for, like that brightness, that lightness, like that's when it comes. And I really wanted to do this podcast for some time now. And I'm really glad that we're doing it because I feel like it's not only about getting some great skin tips, but it's also about learning how to be your most confident self and also to help women feel most comfortable in their skin. So I hope everyone takes something away today.
Really well said, Samira. So with that in mind, we are interviewing a diverse select group of women who are pioneering in their fields. And with a lot of honor, I would like to announce our guest today, Miss Sabikun Nahar Khan. And she is one of our first professional female that actually kind of pioneered the hair care industry with her salon HairBar. And thank you so much for coming here from your busy schedule and giving us the time to do this interview today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Sabikun.
I'm very excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Okay, first things first, congratulations on your new branch.
Thank you.
You are expanding like crazy.
Thank you so much.
So, as Troyee said, you were one of the first people in Bangladesh to basically take hair care really seriously.
Yeah.
Before we were seeing, obviously your salon is a full-on salon, but really, you are in the business of hair. And
yes.
I know that you have trained a Tony and Guy, but I wanted to hear more about like, why did you decide to do that? Like, at what point in your life were you like, this needs to come to Bangladesh and I'm the right person to do it. And I'm going to take this time out of my life and really pursue this.
Yeah. It's not the most interesting story. It's kind of boring. I think when I was in high school, I just knew that for some reason I knew I want to be in this industry and specifically hair. Right. Because I know, as a kid, we used to all go to the salon with our moms and, have like that experience. But as I grew up, I think there was a natural call for it. Yeah. Like as I said.
But did you see something wrong, like when you were going to the salon?
I was too young to understand that at first. Mm-hmm. When I was like, okay, it's gonna be fun. It's a fun profession. I'm gonna play with hair all day. Yeah, great. But once I graduated and I came back to Bangladesh. Initially, I wasn't supposed to come back. I was supposed to stay back there, pursue a career there. But when some things happened, I had to move back. And once I moved back, that initial response I felt from people around me, the community, it made me realize what a gap there is in the market. Like literally, there was like 2 other hairstylists at that time. So, and I was really young, and I thought I'm going to go come and get a job somewhere. And I didn't realize that it's gonna be like this where I'll own a business, because for me it was more about being a hairstylist rather than a business owner. Because you can be just a stylist or makeup artist or hairdresser or whatever, but there's a difference between owning a salon and employing,
having a company.
Yeah, exactly. Having a brand or whatever, employing, like I employ about 60 people now. So that was never in the plan initially. That kind of slowly I realized that I have to grow,
Yeah, and it all comes from finding that gap in the market.
Absolutely.
And it just happened to be, I mean, that's just how kind of fate is.
I had a tiny salon in the beginning, and it was at my mom's house, very like mom and pop kind of setup. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do a few clients a day, and because I'm passionate about it. I thought this is what I want to. I'm just gonna do this.
So, what kinds of things were people saying about like their need for haircuts or hair color? Like, were they all struggling?
I think yes, most people were struggling because in South Asia, particularly in Bangladesh, compared to our neighboring countries, we were not developed in the hair industry at all. Like, I think the boom happened in the last 10 years. And that's where I kind of started.
To Bangkok and people started coming back.
Yes, exactly, right. A lot of the clients who could afford it would always travel to get their hair done.
And that's like, okay, I'm going to say it. It's like the biggest compliment. Like, even whether you own a brand or whether you own a shop or whatever it is, when you see these people who go abroad who are finally starting to use Bangladeshi services, that means you've done something good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there were people who were scared to do even their haircuts or colors here, but now it's like the norm. Like, they wouldn't think twice before going to, just even no appointment, walking into a salon and getting a service done. There's nothing to be scared of. Before there was something to be scared of. Oh my God, amar chul pure dibe or something like that. You know what I mean? So,
Awesome.
So I know you a little bit as the hair color trendsetter because I've been following your journey for such a long time. I've seen that HairBar's initial promotions were like really good quality hair coloring. So I'm going to dish on a little bit of a situation that happens with women that do want to color their hair, which is sometimes, people do have a tendency to go far in terms of hair coloring, like একটু বেশি করে ফেলে. So for a lack of a better word, like একটু hair jeta. মানে মানুষ actually hair চলে যায়. So what recommendation do you have for ladies that they do need to take that proper maintenance and care after coloring their hair? Like, what is
when a client comes to our salon or to me for my professional one-on-one consult or opinion, তখন আমি তাদেরকে suggest করি, I give them my professional opinion according to their hair type, according to their skin tone, whatever. But there are some, it's a personal choice end of the day. Someone wants to experiment on or like go really far with their hair. They can if they want to. That's up to them.
Do you do your best to like advise?
Yeah, we do. We try to steer them towards the right direction, but end of the day, it's their decision. Absolutely. So what I then suggest is to really take care of their hair because
so what are some of those aftercare tips?
Definitely, like the shampoos, color maintenance, purple shampoos, blue shampoos, and also not just shampoos, like deep conditioning. Like people don't I cannot focus like enough on this topic of deep conditioning. A lot of people don't really do that at home.
Could you explain?
It's like even like in any like protein based mask or like a water based, because we use a lot of oil in our hair, which kind of it's good for the scalp but not necessarily the hair. So
this is a really important key point.
So and also it also varies. It's not the same for everybody. Not everyone's scalp reacts well to hair oil. It's just like skin. You use different skin care products for your skin. It's the same for the hair. But I recommend at least 2 to 3 times a week a deep conditioning mask. Just anything professional quality that you apply in your hair, leave it on for 20 to 30 minutes.
It could be home as well.
You just buy it so from a salon, and then just use it at home. Like
and so not times. Relying on these hot oil massages. I mean, that's great for your scalp.
Honestly, I've said this at almost every interview that I've done before. Hot oil massages are more purely for the relaxation of it. Yes, you get a bit of a scalp massage. It gets all the blood flowing in your scalp. It promotes a little bit of hair growth, but if you get too much of it done, you will experience more hair fall.
Yeah.
Because you are softening the roots and that you're opening up those hair, the pores on your scalp, and you will experience more hair fall.
Yeah.
So less is better than
Less
more.
is more. Yeah, so I think this is like a really important thing because we don't talk about it as much. Like with skincare now, I'm seeing that people are talking about like, taking care of your skin is just as important as the makeup that you put on.
Absolutely.
But like I think with hair, we sometimes forget that like, okay, you're actually putting makeup on your hair basically
Yeah, exactly.
when you're dyeing your hair.
It's true.
So don't forget
Makeup
to
that
take care
lasts
of
for like
it.
6 months.
Yeah.
So, you need to think about it.
Yeah.
And take care of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Hair care can be like very expensive. And so like, I've seen this kind of like on online groups. So I kind of wanted to also ask you, people are always like, oh, where can I find like a really like affordable place to do my hair?
Yeah.
And because it does cost money. And so like, what would you say to people who are like trying to do it on a very low budget?
I think now in 2024, there's a huge range. You know how we have drugstore brands and we have high-end brands and we have salon-only professional brands. So there is a market for every type of consumer. So no matter what budget you're on, you can take care of your hair. You can spend a certain amount to buy the products that you need, the tools that you need to take care of your hair at home.
What about doing like an in-salon service? Like what are your tips for like looking for a good safe salon?
Sometimes I meet so many like women, they do try, maybe they want to save some money, or this time they're not in the mood for spending too much, and they do end up.
They do have budget restrictions.
Yeah, they do.
Respect
But if it's going to be a chemical service like hair coloring, I would say please don't take that risk, because you might end up spending more
To fix
getting it
it.
fixed, because that happens. It even happened to me yesterday. Like they went somewhere else to a very reputed salon, and then they end up spending
They didn't get the
double.
results
They didn't
they
get the
wanted.
result they wanted, and they had to they're in tears, like, hey, fix it. But then I'm going to be charging them again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also for hair care, I say if you use the more cheaper kind of drugstore brands, you end up spending more, because you have to use a lot more of those products. If it's a high-end shampoo, it's very concentrated. The formulas are very concentrated. So you're probably end of the day, you're probably spending the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So, your salon is a safe space for like a lot of skin tones to feel comfortable. Like, what are you trying to do to promote that more?
I am actually always, you know how women are made to sometimes feel badly about
Small,
themselves when they visit a salon, maybe because the kind of women who are providing the services, they probably don't know how to explain. I'm talking about the people we employ.
Yeah.
Probably they don't know how to say it properly
In a diplomatic way.
diplomatic way, without making the client feel have any negative feelings about that situation. I am constantly trying to educate my staff and train them on how to suggest our products and services without, like, let's say, not making a comment about the client's skin tone or the hair, because this is something that women face a lot in beauty parlors in Dhaka.
That is super, super cool, because I think that is a really big thing.
Yeah,
'Cause I think mostly it's not the salon owners who make you feel a certain way, but just our culture.
Yes,
like
it's
our
the
Bangladeshi culture.
Yeah.
So, since we're on the topic of hair care, trust us to bring it right back to skincare and find the connection. Have you seen instances where people have tried to look fairer through their hair? And can you explain this? Like, why and what do you do to handle it?
Unfortunately, we do face this. I mean, Bangladesh, I don't know if it's because of like social conditioning. A lot of women, they feel like if their skin tone is on the deeper side, they feel the need to want to lighten it, or I wish they didn't, but some young, especially young girls, they
So
really
is
do.
that like an actual science? Like, can you make your skin look light?
So maybe like a lighter white shade.
Some for certain skin tones depends on the undertone of the skin.
Yeah.
You can be lighter or deeper tones, but depends on the undertone. If you have a warm tone, there are specific shades of color that we will recommend you to do, and specific shades we'll say not to do. It's not to make you look brighter. It's to complement your skin tone.
Complement your skin,
You can be like
exactly.
pasty white. I will never do cool tone color on your skin. It's going to wash you out and make you look so pale. Because we have a lot of Caucasian clients as well. So I work with all skin tones.
Like you're saying, so a light skinned person will want like a cool tone
cooler
to be
Yeah.
even
Pop out their
cooler.
Yeah. So So like
Yeah,
if
like that you're so refreshing. to
yeah,
wear a
it's
hair.
true. It happens.
that.
It
It does
happens.
happen.
I know. Like this, we are trying to be more aware and more woke
Yeah.
about skin and skin tones and colorism and whatever.
But
you
then
know.
you want to also make the client happy.
Yeah.
So it's also up to
So
them.
we do tell them like it's there are clients who are super light skin tone and they still want to be lighter.
Yeah.
So
But then you explain to them that if I
think
go
that-
lighter,
yeah,
then
it'll
you'll look
wash you out.
pale.
It will
Yeah.
make you look so pale. You'll
And
have to
do
put on a
they-
lot of makeup to adjust it with the hair.
Do they
So
still
then
go for
when
the
people look at you,
contours?
they'll see just the hair, not your face. You know what I mean?
My next question is more of a personal question, or not a personal question, but I know that you work with your husband, Yamin. So I just wanted to know, like, what is it like starting a business
Yeah,
with your husband
Yeah.
and working with your husband? Like,
yeah.
do you 10 out of 10 recommend?
We're getting to the tea.
I started my business like 11 years ago by myself, and 4 years ago after I got married, Yamin and I opened HairBar Dhanmundi together.
Which
So
was a really great idea.
Yeah, initially, it was, it's like you're trying to manage the house together and you have to like talk
Yeah.
about. So all we were doing is talking about work at a point, and we realized, okay, this has to stop. Otherwise, there was like no other. Every conversation somehow became, hey, you know what happened at work today?
Yeah.
So, it was. I think we have a good understanding, so it worked out for us.
There's a dynamic that balances out.
Yeah. So
I'm-
you had basically a time where it was just
Yeah.
about work, and then you guys just had
yeah.
a conversation
I think
about it.
yes, we had many conversations about it. I think
Way too many.
yeah, many conversations. Not just the conversation is a polite term.
Yeah.
Yeah, fights. But now we're like, okay, we have to separate our personal lives and work
How
lives.
do you guys
Yeah.
kind of do that? Like, what's your? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to work
we
with their
set
partner.
we set time we set a time, because before there was no boundary. We were talking about it at home, in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I
Everywhere. There
mean?
was no, like,
So
compartmentalization
now
about it.
we've decided we're gonna set aside some time where we just talk about work and nothing else, and try to wrap it up within that time.
So thank you so much. But before we let you go, we have an exciting rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm nervous.
Ready?
Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna start your rapid fire round. You have 10 seconds to answer. Are you ready?
10 seconds each.
10
Yeah.
seconds each, but you won't need that
Oh, okay,
long.
okay,
Come
okay,
on,
okay.
You got this.
They're hair ones. So
Okay.
you got it.
Ombre or balayage?
Balash.
Nice. Favorite vacation spot?
I love Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Headbands in or out?
Out.
Oh, nice. Beach waves or a high ponytail?
For me, beach waves.
Nice. Bridal or runway looks? Hair wise.
Hair wise, runway looks. Yeah.
Okay. Girls' night in or out?
In.
I don't believe that one.
In.
Oh, so girls' night out then. Brazilian blowout, safe or not?
Yes. Safe. Now it's safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's
Yeah.
So do you prefer styling long hair or shorter hair?
I personally prefer short hair. Yeah. Yeah.
She had a really cute
Yeah.
short bob going on.
Yeah.
for a while.
I've not had long hair.
Okay, I'm gonna be calling you after this.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite skincare product?
Truce.
Good one.
Great response. How long does it take you to get ready for a night out without salon help?
If I'm being honest, okay, 40 minutes.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fast.
Yeah.
So that was great. Before we let you go, I just have one more question. Were you one of the first people, you were one of the first people to support Truce when it did come out. So thank you for carrying the products, because
Yeah.
I really believe what Samira is doing is proper nourishment for
Absolutely.
brown girls and their
Yeah.
skin. And it's
I've
really
used
helpful.
it, and honestly,
Yeah.
not because I'm here or this is not no one has told me to say this, but I actually have used full bottles of these
Right.
products, and I really like them.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
products are actual food for skin for
Absolutely,
brown
yeah.
girls, 100%.
Especially the toner, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for giving us your time. We had
You're
a great
welcome.
time
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
We hope you come back again.
Yes.
Yeah,
hope
and
so
I hope
too.
everyone learned something about hair
There.
and taking care of your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So until the next episode, guys, thank you so much for watching and hope you guys take care. Bye.
Bye.